Okay, now we are live. Great. Now we're live. Thank you. Yeah. Good day, everyone, and welcome to Growth Conference 2026, DFG Growth Conference 2026, with the theme Building a Scalable Brand in an AI-driven world, which is a milestone event towards unveiling our new brand identity, DFG. And when the time comes, we'll actually know what changed and what's happening. We're going to have more detail. It's not just about brand review that we are having here. It's the unveiling of a new institutional growth ecosystem designed to build businesses, build people, and build long-term leverage in an AI-driven world. These three Bs are why we are here. We're here to build people, we are here to build businesses, and we are here to build long-term leverage. So once again, I want to welcome you to DFG Growth Conference 2026. Now, it's with great honor, I'm going to be handing over to the moderator right now. The moderator for this event is Blessing Awureto Bolanle, and I'm going to just do a quick read of our profile. Blessing is a foundational educator, diction instructor, and youth development advocate with over a decade of experience in education. She is the founder of Learn Easy Up, an initiative committed to simplifying English learning and promoting literacy among young learners. A passionate Christian and proud Jesus addict, she is deeply committed to empowering young people to find their voice, build confidence, and live intentionally, both academically and spiritually. So join me to welcome to this virtual room and virtual floor Awureto Bolanle Blessing, the moderator for today's event. I want to see your emoji if you don't mind. Please give me yeah, give me that clapping. Thank you, Riches. Thank you, Darn. Yeah, thank I am going to call on because we have some of our community members from Digital Fluency, especially those that we have been together. Okay, camera is on. For those that have been within, we have grown together. I want to use that word. So I have Mrs. Okay, camera is on. For those that have been within, we have grown together. I want to use that word. So I have Mrs. Dobra here, Ofoni. I have Mrs. While we wait for Mr. Philip to join the call, I think it's trying to sort out. So it was previously on this call, even before the meeting time. So I have Mrs. Dobra Ofoni. I have Mrs. Adetono Uluwatosi. And I have Precious here too. Precious joined our community not quite long. And I can also see one of my bosses in the house, Mr. Jeffrey Itsefu. That's the founder of Abode and CEO. Thank you, sir, for joining. So I'm just using this opportunity to say a very big thank you. I have great people here. So I'm going to first allow Mrs. Dobra. Yeah, I already told her because even when I shared this with her, one of the first things she did was like, wow, because I'm happy to this and I'm going to be a part of this. So big time. She said she was going to be a part of this big time. Thank you so very much, Ma. And I'll do a quick, Mrs. Dobra, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, I can't see your video.
I want you to see me clearly.
Yeah, well, I want them to see you clearly because you have a big profile. Yeah, she's been a member of Digital Flossy community. She's been there when we started all those times, and she's one of those people that really believed in me, Haley. So I do not take those for granted. She is Mrs. Dobrofoni, CNA, FCTI, FCA. She's the CEO of Dasifa Global Interested Enterprise, and she is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, and Chartered Institute of Taxation, CITN. Dasifa Global offers financial services and she into retail business of sales and outfits and tailoring accessories. So what she loves is that she loves traveling, reading, table tennis, and badminton. Interesting. That's so interesting. One of the things she said with me, she said to me when I shared this with her, is the fact that I will definitely partner with you on this. I'm the chairperson Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria, Goa chapter. That's the woman you're seeing on this call. So thank you very much, Ma. I just wanted to share with us what has been
Thank you
your
so much for
experience.
having me.
Yes, what has been your experience in 2 minutes with Digital Flossy and why you actually decided to, you know, why you make up your mind to partner with her, seeing this when you heard this news. Yeah, what stimulated that interest? Thank you so much, Ma. You have the floor.
Thank you for having me. What really made me to join Digital Floxy was at that point in time in my business, I was really, really camera shy to kind of, put my products online. But when I joined your community, there were a lot of trainings that was done, how we can make ourselves visible online, how we can present ourselves, how we can describe our brand. I know there was a time you sent me a message that I should describe my brand, and I did a video. I think that was the starting point for me. And since then, I've been able to share my products online. I've been able to navigate through one online platform or the other. So you are really, really doing a great job. And I have followed. Maybe sometimes I might not be commenting on your pages, but some of the trainings that you do, I see them on the platform and I still go back to them and review them to see how I can take some of the lessons learned into my business. Have been able to put structure in my business. Have been able to see how I can even invest in real estate. That's one of your areas that you went into. You started from digital platforms now to real estate. I said, this lady is really, you are really, really versatile. You are really, really versatile. And that plunged me to kind of start my own real estate investments too. Thank you so much. Even as an accountant, sometimes we are not exposed to all this information, but with platforms and communities like yours, we've been able to see that we have a lot of resources that we can tap into our nation, Nigeria. Thank you so much. And I appreciate this time of me sharing what I've gained from your community with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, Mrs. Deborah. It's good to hear this directly from you, unscripted, unrecorded. Thank you. And I'm glad that Digital Flossy has been able to contribute to your growth, especially women, because one of my
Yeah.
core, the people that I so much like, there's so much just even in our new institution, women hold a very big um place in our solution. Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you so much.
I also have Mrs. Adetono. Yes, Mrs. Adetono, I'm sure you shared your I've not I won't lie. I've not really read your testimonial, but it would be good for us to actually hear from you directly. Yeah, you sent it to me earlier today. If you Ken, you can unmute and of course speak. Let me know if you can speak, and then we can hear from you. Mrs. Oluwatosin, can you hear me? You can go ahead and speak. Oh, you're on your way. Okay, I will just read your testimonial that you sent to me. The technical part of it. But definitely we are going to have a very good experience, that I can assure you. Thank you for your patience and thank you for your time as well. All right, so this is what she sent to me. I was once a student of digital fluency copyright class, and I can sincerely say that my life has never been the same since joining the platform. The knowledge, guidance, and practical skills I gained have greatly improved my understanding of the digital space and opened new opportunities for personal and professional growth. The platform has equipped me with the valuable insight that continue to impact my daily activities and career journey. I am truly grateful for the experience and would highly recommend this platform to anyone seeking to learn, grow, and develop relevant digital skills. I remember when I launched my copywriting course in 2022, she was one of my first students that signed up for that course. And to actually say that we have been together for a while. We went to the same secondary school. So yeah, we went to the same secondary school. And she's one of the first set of students that I had. And that was a turning point for her in terms of understanding what it means to sell online. And that it's not just about content creation, there are strategies to the digital space. And thank you so very much for sharing.
Good evening, everyone. This is Igni from Nigeria, and hello to all of our foreign participants. It's so good to have you here. And like he introduced me, my name is Blessing Awureto, and I don't have to do much more introduction of myself again. So I want to welcome you to this wonderful event for today. And I want to tell you that you're not wasting your time being here. You're going to learn a lot of things. And why is this conference for you? And why is this conference so different? It's not just about theory. It's not about random AI tools. It's not just to surface level of advice. It is to generate leads, convert customers, track growth, and also scale operation. So you're not here by accident. And this conference is for you if you are serious about building a real sustainable business. And I am sure that is why you're here this day, this evening, and regardless of the time you are over there. So I would like to introduce our speakers for today's event to you. The first person on my list is a wonderful person. They are all wonderful people. As when I saw his profile, I was really wow, like wow, there are people. He's a wonderful man. His name is Mr. Philip. Apologies to the pronunciation of his surname. He is Mr. Philip Manduabuchi. I am so sorry about that. So he is a managing director of DB College NG, a design and project manager company delivering premium interiors and architectural spaces. Through Fundbox Africa, it supports businesses with growth strategy, investment readiness, and access to finance, helping founders build scalable and fundable enterprises. Philip also leads Afroval, a full tech-driven branding, marketing, and communication company, providing diverse solutions in branding and creative design, marketing, that is the digital and traditional channels, the the signage print and visual identity system, the digital communication and media management, the event hosting, and a lot more. And he is open to open speaking engagements, venture partnership, digital innovation projects, and ecosystem building opportunities that advance inclusive growth and transformation in Africa and beyond. Believe me, I could not finish up all the profile. He has a lot of stories, success stories, and wonderful thing about him. Because of our time, I won't be able to go deeply into that. That is our first one of our speaker. Can I have a clapping emoji to know that you're following my please? Can I have reactions? All right. Thank you. Just one person. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. So I will be introducing the other speaker to you, a wonderful woman of valor. Her name is Mrs. Olubunmi Omonubi. Apologies if I murdered the pronunciation of this name too. I'm so sorry about that. That was not my intention. So about our second speaker, Olubunmi Omonubi is a Chief Executive Officer and a Senior Consultant of Total Elevated Services, a robust accounting, management, structure, training, and tax advisory firm with operations across Nigeria, Ghana, Dubai, the United States, and the United Kingdom. She provides strategic financial leadership to businesses, helping them build strong structures, ensure compliance, and achieve sustainable growth. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Administration from Central University College Ghana and a master degree in Business and Management from from United Kingdom. Olufemi Omonubi has also earned dual professional qualification with Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, that is CBA, CMBA, and is a part qualified chartered accountant with ACCA. With over 2 decades of experience in accounting, strategy, and taxation, Olufemi Omonubi brings deep expertise in tax planning, compliance, and advisory services. She has worked with reputable accounting and audit firms in both the United States and United Kingdom and West Africa, gaining extensive hands-on experience supporting small and medium-sized enterprises across over 30 industries. Beyond advisory work, Olubunmi Omonubi is a seasoned trainer and mentor. She has trained business owners, managers, accountants, and administrative staff on accounting systems, business structure, tax efficiency, and growth strategy, empowering organizations to make informed financial decisions and operate with preferences. It is my pleasure to make welcome our wonderful speakers on board.
We are
So
going to
we will be
have
moving to the first
Mrs.
section now.
Olubumi. She's ready. And Mrs. Bumi, please can you confirm that you're ready to start?
Can you hear me? Good evening.
Yes, we can. Mrs. Bumi Omonubi, you have the floor.
Okay, fantastic. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. Excuse me. Good evening, everyone. Hope we are good. Hope you're doing well. It's a real pleasure to be here and to be able to speak to amazing people willing to learn about what we are talking today. And also amazing, and thank you, Ms. Lawrence, for making me part of this. I always love speaking to professionals and business owners and contribute to their journey one way or the other, no matter how small. I have 20 minutes. So I'm going to try and see how I can cramp this very wide topic into that 20 minutes. And hopefully in the 5 minutes, we can have questions and be able to make way with what we are doing. So I've been introduced already, so I'm not going to take time to do that. But just to say, my name is Bumi. And my topic today is the compliance edge, accounting and tax system as a non-negotiable. So what we are talking about today is how to be able to ensure that our accounting and tax system are correct. Because just as the topic says, it's really not non-negotiable. As a professional, as a business person, as someone who really wants to take their money very seriously, this is something you need to focus. I was just smiling ear to ear when I heard about the amazing professional that is here. We need to work together and see how accountants can, what we can do with accountants in your region, ma'am. So now, let's break down the topic, right? We have big words here, and I want all of us to be on the same page. So what does compliance mean? Compliance means being right in what you are expected to do, right? So whether it is tax, filing your tax, paying your tax if you need to, or getting your books right, getting your structure right, all that, what you need to do to be in the right place. So somebody does not have to, as they say, hold a cane over your shoulder or over your head for you to do the right thing. But the motivation for you to get the best out of your life, right? I said to someone, I think this week, today is Sunday, so last week, I was saying money answered all things, and he said, no, not money doesn't answer all things. Money answers some things, and I think about it, and it's true. Money can give you a good bed to sleep, but does not give you sleep. But when it comes to your finances, right, for you to be able to get it well, for you to be able to live the life that you want and be able to, your fridge breaks down, you can just get money and just go and buy a new fridge. Your I don't know, your car has an issue if you have a car, and you can easily replace it without having to pray and fast, right? I was joking with someone sometime, and I was like, the kind of issues we have in the UK when I was staying in the UK, it's not the same issues we have in Nigeria, right? For you to imagine, get excited. I don't know what's happening in my throat. Excuse me. Imagine getting excited for getting lights, right? In your house from PHCN, and you celebrate it. It's not something you think about. It's not a worry you have when you are in the first world countries, right? So, but if you are in Nigeria, you have a business and you need your business to work, what do you need it to, how do you need it to work? Because I think they're talking about, okay? So with that foundation laid, let's talk about accounting and tax, okay? Accounting is a very broad word, right? In accounting, you have bookkeeping, you have financial report preparation, you have all those amazing things there. But the summary, I like to make it very simple, right? The summary of accounting is making sure that everything that has to do with your money is properly captured, recorded, with controls put in place. And at the same time, you are making sure that there's nothing that will challenge the money in your bank account, or will challenge the inventory you have, or will challenge the existence of your business. So capturing those information is basically accounting. But accounting does not stop in accounting. You have to use you have to use the accounting output information to be able to make decisions, right? Then now let's go to tax. We have a number of taxes that we are exposed to in Nigeria. I think every business is exposed to at least three, right? One is your VAT. Whether you are paying or not is a different matter, but VAT applies even to a non-profit, right? The second one is withholding tax. If you are working with any professional, you are having rent for your business, you are having to pay somebody who is doing work for you as a contract, withholding tax will apply. We'll talk more about it. And then the personal income tax. So if you're a business owner, one way or the other, you would either be getting benefit from the business or hopefully be paying yourself a salary. But when you are a business owner, there's an expectation for company income tax. We can have other things like payee, that's pay as you earn. If you're a limited liability company, you can have your company income tax and all that. Again, we'll talk much about that. But I just wanted to expand on the topic so we know what we are talking about and how important this is for our business. So what does compliance look like for accounting and for tax, right? I'm going to use three different words when it comes to reporting. One is consistency, right? You need to be consistent in preparing your account. So we talked about the fact that you need to capture your records. You need to prepare your financial reports. You need to analyze this. All these are systems, all these are structures, but you need to be consistent. So if you know that you're set or you put a structure in your business, systems in your business, when you said the first week or first 7 days, first 10 days of every new month, I'm going to review what has happened in my business for the last month. So by God's grace, glory to God, we are seeing the end of May and we are going into June. So what has happened from 1st to 31st of May, you need to look at it. So you need to look at your bank statement. You need to look at and say, okay, how much came in? How much of what came in is sales? We'll talk about sales very soon. How much came in is my personal money? We'll talk about how that can work. Or how much of this is loan that I got or family members, which should not be happening. I've paid money into my accounts, right? Because as business owners, we can see monies going in and out of our business and we think our business is doing well, but not necessarily, right? So you want to look at what is coming in. I want to look at what is going out. So that is, and you need to do that every time. You can't do that this month or not do that next month, or you do that on the 10th, you do the next month on the 20th. You need to be consistent. And seriously, I would recommend the earlier you do that, the better for you, because then you are able to use that information to make decisions. So if you look at your business bank account and you might not be a professional accountant like my amazing sister here, but you can just get your bank statement, download it if you have an app, or get your bank statement from your bank, get it printed, or get it on your phone or on your laptop and look at it and say, what amount did I make a sales? What's the total amount? And if you look at it and say, okay, I made 1 million or 500,000, 200,000, whatever, as income in my business this month, but I am spending far more than that. That tells you that you are not making enough money to run your business. That also tells you that you are not able to use the money that you have for other things that will come up that you have not planned for. So for example, we talk about repairing your car. Nobody buys a car and just praying that in the next 2 months, this car is going to break down. No, but it happens, right? Or you find out that you are not feeling too well, and then you have to go to the hospital. And if you have an HMO, some things were not covered, you have to pay. Or you don't have an HMO, God help you, and then you have to pay for everything. So you need to look at those things about your business. But what we are focusing on today is systems. You need to be consistent. The second part I mentioned about reporting is complete. Your accounts, your reports, your bookkeeping, your review has to be complete. So if for any reason you have taken money from your personal account, which I do not recommend, I'm just going to say this here. If you're a business owner and for whatever reason you need to spend for business expenses and your bank account does not have sufficient funds to be able to capture or pay for what you need, please don't spend the money from your personal account. Move the money from your personal account into the business account, call it business loan or loan to business, and then spend. Because with that, you can see what is happening, right? You don't have to go to different places, your personal account, your mommy, your daddy, your aunties that have paid for different things, your husband, your wife paid for different things for you, but you have everything because your bank statement can be a very important tool for you when you are doing your accounts, right? I remember a situation where a client had, I think, 12 bank accounts for the business, and yet was using their personal account for activities, right? So first of all, 12 bank accounts where we had like 60% of those bank accounts not functioning, but they were having bank charges and they were overdrawn, and she didn't know. And because of being overdrawn, every month there was interest. So she was spending money for a bank account she was not using and was overdrawn by error, and interest is piling on it. So you need to be checking those things, right? And you're able to manage and ensure that you are capturing the right thing. So first thing is consistency. Second thing is complete. You look at everything you have done for your business, and that includes the ones you've paid for and the ones you've not paid for. So let's assume that you are a business that's into products. You are buying products and you buy on credit. Maybe you have an arrangement that, okay, I'll buy for you and within 2 weeks, I'll pay you back. If your 2 weeks is after the month end, you have to also note that that month you are owing money that you've not paid. So the completeness, not only what you've paid for, what you've received, but things that are owed, whether customer is owing you or you are owing a vendor, you need to bring all that because that is your accounting. Okay, so I'm going to rush here. The second one is timing, right? You need to get the timing right. So let me give an example of what I'm trying to say. So if, let's say, you are into event business, right? And someone pays you money in May, in this month, but the event is in July. You have not, even though the money has hit your bank account, you have not met the terms of that service. Anything can happen and you would have to refund the money. So the timing of that sales is not complete yet. So your sales or the money that has hit your bank account can only be captured as sales in July after the event. We also have situations where you sell a product and you say you can return the product within 1 week. Until after 1 week, you have not made that sale. That is actually a liability or something that is being owed by your business to that customer. Because the customer can come and say, I'm returning it, I don't want. And you would have to refund because those are your terms of sales, right? So you need to look at your timing, you need to look at completeness, and you need to look at consistency. So now let's go to tax, right? There are different timelines for filing different things, right? Different taxes. I don't know if I should say let's show of hand, but my time is going. But if you have heard about Rev 360, Rev 360 is the new tax platform that is being used by NRS. NRS is the former FRS, right? There's been a lot of changes this year. In fact, your head will spin just trying to think about it. And even on the Rev 360, we are experiencing a lot of changes, right? Having a number of clients across different states and a lot even within Lagos, but different tax office, it can be a lot, right? So we are going through a lot of changes right, when it comes to Rev 360. But you have to have registered, you have to have transitioned, and you need to look at your Rev 360 platform, ensure that all the taxes you have filed are there, and the ones that are yet to be filed are uploaded so that you can file. Because right now, I remember I had a client, not remember, it's currently happening. I have a client who we have done the accounts, management accounts for, we've done the audited accounts for, we want to file, but they did not come to back to us on time on filing the accounts because they've not signed it. Of course, you can't file the accounts without filing. If not, of course, you can file, but it's not right. So, and they were not ready. So we, in the process of waiting for them, NRS transitioned to the from Tax Pro Max to Rev 360, and Rev 360 is now not showing the uploaded CIT in the account. It's a whole mess. And then we have to go to tax office. Tax office says this. Oh, so what I'll say is this: please don't wait until tax office or the taxman writes to you. Please do what is right. So now, what is right? Right? We have VAT. We talked about VAT, value added tax, right? Not all companies have to pay, but all companies have to file. So if you are going to file, that means you are going to have to be on the platform, which is the Rev 360. So make sure you are registered. Then VAT is filed on or before the 21st of each month. So for May, for example, as we are ending May, like I said, do your accounts, know your sales and all that. Before the 21st of June, you should have filed your VAT. And please don't wait until the last day, because you can be grossly and thoroughly disappointed and you will still pay penalty, right? So please make sure you do it. My cutoff, or the cutoff for my company, is 15th. Anybody that does not respond, anything they see, we'll keep on we'll keep on following up, we'll keep on doing that. But we always tell our clients, please make sure, send your bank statement, send your information by the 7th, 8th, 9th, so that by 15th we'll file for you. You are safe, you are good, you focus on your business, right? So at the end of the day, that's what I recommend. By the 15th, try and make sure you file, right? Then another thing with filing, don't file nil. When I say nil, zero, if you actually made a sale. So what's the difference? So somebody can be exempted from filing, but you made sale of 200,000, 300,000, 1 million in that month. Please don't go and file zero, because you are indirectly telling the tax man that you did not make any money. So if you are, in fact, I don't even now say if, is when you are audited, because every company in their lifetime will be audited, but you don't want to be caught fresh, right? So when you are audited, you don't want to now show your bank statement to them and they're like, in your filing, you said zero, but you made sales here. So now, how are we sure that you were supposed to be vatable, you were not vatable? We need your accounts, we need this. And seriously, the proving becomes a lot when you are not doing it right and they see any gap, right? I'm not going to share more stories, but I will tell you, when there's a gap, there's more problems. Okay, because we also do FRS audit or NRS audit with companies. Okay. So those are the three things you want to ensure for VAT. You want to make sure they are registered. You want to make sure you are filing. I want to make sure you are filing right. So now I'm going to go to, my time is flying. I'm going to go to WHT. WHT is withholding tax. When I'm explaining WHT, I say it's a reverse or it's the opposite of VAT. Let me explain what I mean by that. So when you are doing VAT, VAT is paid on the money that you have earned, that you have made as sales. But withholding tax is paid on the money that you are paying. So if, for example, you have a space and you are renting a space, there's a 10% withholding tax that applies. So you pay the landlord or the landlady or the company 90% of the rent, and then you withhold 10%, get their ID, their tax ID, and you remit on their behalf. That is how it's supposed to work. If you do not do that, you will pay the money they're supposed to have deducted, And then you will pay interest and penalty on the money that you are supposed to deduct. So please just make sure that you are properly advised, because not all payments has withholding tax. So make sure that you are properly advised. You get a tax consultant that help you. If you need to get one, you can reach out to us, would help you to be able to know which tax applies to your business and be able to advise you on what you need to do or even help you registration. The next one is personal income tax. And that is for directors, for business owners, or for individuals that are doing 9 to 5, but still owns or runs their business, get consultancy and all that. So any money that you earn outside your 9 to 5, where payee is paid, personal income will apply. So if you are a business owner and you are paid a salary, I will not recommend that you pay your payee or your personal income tax every month. Do an assessment every year, because when you pay your personal income tax every month, the tax man will think that they always have a stand that any tax you pay voluntarily is not your real tax. They want to assess you and add to that. So it's better that at the end of the year, the next year, so for 2026, for example, 2027 is when you will now be assessed for 2026, right? And this has to be done on or before 31st of March the following year, right? Again, don't wait till March, January, February, try and get it done, right? So those are the taxes that affect your business. In all these taxes and deadlines and penalty, you need to be able to put systems in place. What I normally do when I'm designing systems for companies is that the accountant, their laptops, their desktops and all that, I impute it into their calendars. So when they open their laptops on the day, it reminds them, it prompts them. Even their email gets an alert. That alert also goes to the CEO. So in case maybe an accountant misses it, it goes to the CEO. It also can go to the HR or any person that helps with compliance. And of course, to not be on 21st, it will be like a day before, a week before, and things like that. So you need to put system in place, because life truly happens, right? And sometimes, I don't know if it happens to other people, I forget my birthday sometimes, right? So life can be so choking and be so everywhere that the last thing on your mind is thinking about VAT filing or VAT WHT, whatever, right? So you want to put those prompts, those systems that helps you to remember. You also want to get a good tax consultant that would help you to do these things. The last thing I'm going to say, going back to accounting, is your bookkeeping, right? There are some things that you have to do to help you to structure your process, right? The first, like I said before, make sure that everything passes through your business account. I know, like I said, we file taxes for companies, right? I know some people try to see how they can manage their VAT. They collect money to their personal account. And I say, you are not saving yourself, because that VAT might or might not get to 100 million, and you might or might not have to pay VAT. But if you pay it into your personal account, believe me, you will pay payee or personal income tax on it, because it is seen as an income, right? And then you have taken the money to your personal account, but you didn't spend the relevant expenses. So let's say you are into products, right? You've gotten, I think someone mentioned, or I don't think it's Florence that mentioned, someone does clothing or something. You have received money for clothing, but the money that you have received, you did not pay the inventory from that bank account. You went to pay the inventory from your business account. Meanwhile, you collected the sales from into your personal account. It's not matching. And then you now add those sales you see from your personal account into your financial report, into your management account. things will not balance. It will show that you are overspending when you are actually not. So please put structures in your business where you are able to capture everything, including non-cash transaction. When I mean non-cash transactions that you have not paid for, or transactions that have not been paid to you, so that you are seeing the full picture of your business. We have a lot of areas to go, so I'm just going to round up here and ask for questions. Let me see if there are things that I need to talk about. Software, please have an invoicing software. In fact, right now, one of the requirements for tax is that you have a software that you can easily download invoices, you can prepare accounts on. So please make sure that this is done. So I'm going to pause here. I think I'm 5 minutes over my time because I wanted to just round this up, and then we can have questions. Hopefully, by God's grace, I'm able to answer. Thank you so much. I'm going to put my contacts on the chat. So if you need to reach out, please do. Thank you. I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much. This is for me. Thank you for the session. It was an impactful one. Thank you. I'm so excited to finally meet you in person. But for now, we want to follow up the question after Mr. Philip's session. So we'll be taking questions after Mr. Philip's session so we can have the questions together because of our time. Thank you so much. I was so blessed and I learned a lot. And I have a question for you, ma'am. So please just stay back, and we want to have Mr. Philip now. Thank you so much.
All right. So I'm back. Let's try one more time. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Philip, we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, finally. So I had to go and use Google Slide. Okay, so you're still seeing my slide, which is having my beautiful picture, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
You can, and you look good.
All right. So first of all, apologies for that technical glitches. Super sorry for that. I'm sorry. So now that we are here, thank you, Madam Bumi, for taking our time to share all those insights as regards business and then, of course, accounting. And then with this new tax law, there's just a lot of things to learn. And it's always good to have experts like you in the house and share with us insights to guide us as business leaders in Africa. So with that said, thank you everyone for joining tonight, and thank you the organizers for putting this together. So without taking much of our time, I'm going to jump into what I have tonight. So the theme is building a scalable brand in an AI-driven world. Building a scalable brand in an AI-driven world. And it's an important subject because AI is really, really disrupting a lot of things currently in the business space. So let me move and then I will throw more light on this subject. So first thing first we need to know is that AI will not replace people, AI will not replace your job, AI will not replace you as a business owner. But people using AI will replace people who don't, okay? People using AI will replace people who don't. And that is where we need to really, really pay attention as business owners, business leaders, as those who lead a team or an organization. We need to pay attention to this. Okay, so I will have a research here by McKinsey, and they said generative AI could contribute trillions of dollars annually to the global economy transforming how businesses operate and scale. So what this means is there are trillions of dollars that businesses will make over the next couple of decades that your business, my business, can get a share of. Okay, so the question would then be, how do we leverage AI in a business? And will your brand evolve fast enough to benefit from that opportunity? So who is Philip Madabuchi? So I'm a global speaker and entrepreneur and venture builder. I'm the managing director of BB Colors NG, which is a brand that is focused on helping families and businesses create beautiful spaces. And we're on a mission to help 1 million Africans improve the quality of their lives through where they live and work. I'm also an alumni of the Tony Emilu Foundation, and I currently lead the Lagos Alumni Hub, and I recently released a book called Grant Alert. So my area of interest is usually entrepreneurship, design, innovation, construction, things around technology, business growth, AI adoption. All right, I'm big on that. So on today's topic, I'm going to be focusing on some key points. First, what does scalability really means to us? Okay, so it's not just growing bigger, growing smarter, faster, and more consistently without proportional cost increase. Next is how AI is changing the rules. Okay, AI compresses time, reduces cost, and amplifies human creativity, brands. So brands that adapt gain an unfair advantage. So next is practical steps for a future-ready brand. So 3 proven principles you can apply immediately to position your brand for long-term scalable success. Now, here's a big question, and I need everyone actually respond to this, right? If you can see this slide, I need to respond using the chat box. If you sold your business today, what exactly will you be handing over? What exactly will you be handing over if you're to sell your business today? And if you are currently at the idea stage of a business or market entry stage, what will you be selling if you are to sell that business maybe the next 1 year when the business has finally launched? Okay, I would like to get 1 or 2 responses, or in fact, I want to hear from everyone possibly. So I'm in the chat area now. I'm trying to observe the responses. So if you can hear me, please kindly share with me your feedback. So if you sold your business today, what exactly will you be handing over? Will it be the building for those who already have an existing business, the chairs, the laptops, or other properties that you have in your business, or something harder to name? Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure I'm getting the response I want. So I'm guessing most people are busy, but please, I will go on with my presentation, but please respond. It's very important. Okay, if I'm to sell my business today, that will be structure. Okay, I want to hear more. Okay. So some of the things we're going to be looking at tonight, which are 3 core points, are pointers that will really help us understand what we truly have or own as a business. Okay, the furniture per se, the building is actually not the business. Okay, the SOPs are the business, the system that actually drive the business. Those are the core business. When you sign in to get a franchise of a brand or an organization, you are the one who will still spend all the money to set up to do the building, the structure, the payment of the staff, everything. And in addition to that, you still pay whoever owns that franchise money. You still pay them royalty. Why? Because they are giving their system, their standard operational procedure, which you can then take and run with. They are giving you a system that are proven, that is working, that will generate revenue, that is sustainable, that is scalable. So all you just need to do is plug and play. Okay. But how do you develop that for your home business? How can you develop that for your business? So the first point I have is build a brand around a clear value proposition. What that means is you're not just a fashion designer, you're not just a caterer, you're not just a cook, you're not just a chef, right? You don't just own a restaurant. There has to be something clearer than that. Okay, usually I say define the problem you're trying to solve, okay, and then specify the people you want to solve it for. All right. So scalable brand solve clear problem for specific people. So if you're a fashion designer, are you making fashion wears for people who are plus size? Are you making fashion wear for people who are working class at a particular age bracket, maybe 25 to 35? Okay, so well, you need to be clear about the solution you're offering. Are you a fashion designer who is focused on Afrocentric and for the corporate space? Okay. Now, technology amplifies clarity. It does not fix confusion. So if you're not clear about your brand, scaling or growing a brand will be difficult. Scaling or growing a brand will be difficult. So it's very, very important that you are clear about the problem you're trying to solve and who you're solving it for. Okay. And that is when you can think of bringing technology, because one thing I'm seeing that's happening right now is a lot of businesses are likely to fail in the near future, not because of technology, but because they use technology in the wrong way. So they weren't clear about the business, the core business model. They were not clear about the core value proposition before adopting technology into the business. Okay. So let's take, for instance, when we say Uber, we know, okay, they are solving that transportation challenge. And this time around, you don't need to stand at a bus stop waving at yellow taxis. From the comfort of your home, you can use your app and your mobile device to order for a ride, and they'll come and meet you where you are in your location and take you to your destination. Airbnb, you travel to a new city, you are not sure of where to find the best hotel accommodation. You can, and then you want that home experience. Airbnb help take away that struggle and gives you an accommodation that is ideal. For us at DB Colors NG, we know that a lot of work goes into planning a space and transforming it and finishing up a building project for either a home or an office. So we've made that easier, and our focus is better living and work spaces. So we want to solve that problem. We want to help you with the coordination. We want to help you avoid that stress that comes with transforming a space. So you must be able to explain the value proposition. What problem exactly are you solving as a business? That is the core foundation. In fact, if we settle on this, we can close for today, and everybody will be fine. All right. So build a brand around a clear value proposition. Understand the problem you're trying to solve. In a value chain, let's say, like I mentioned, in the fashion space, there are so many solutions, so many business ideas that can come out from the fashion space or fashion industry or fashion, when you say fashion idea, okay, we could focus on the technology part and provide softwares for fashion-driven businesses. You can develop apps for businesses. You can be content creator. You can be into marketing line. You can be the person importing and selling the material that fashion designers use in Nigeria. You can be the finance brand focused on helping people in fashion industry. So there are just so many possibilities within that space, so many problems that need to be solved. So you must be clear about the kind of problem you want to pick and solve. And for you to be a scalable brand, you must solve a problem that is also scalable. Now, here's a simple framework for you to, so you are free to screenshot this, and then after the session, you can use it to go back and look at what you're building, and then I'll be able to define what exactly you're building as a brand, what problem are you trying to solve. So for first thing first is who do you serve? Who are the people you want to serve? Okay, I want to serve working class people, who, especially female working class people who are between 18, okay, let's say 18 to 40 or 45, depending on what you're trying to provide as a brand or whatever your idea is as a business. Next is, what problem do we solve? So you need to be clear about that. Okay, helping plus size people. solve their fashion needs because they find it difficult getting the right attire to match their body size. Okay, so you want them to still look stylish and still get something that matches their body type. So why are we different? What's that one that's unique to us? Or maybe because we are leveraging AI to actually, all you need to do is snap a picture of yourself and now give us some few information, fill up a short form, and our AI will be able to give you different styles that you can choose from. And then why should anyone trust you? Okay, proof of credibility. Have you done this before? Have you done some samples? Can we see what you can do? Do you have testimonials? Do you have customers that already trust you? So this this is a value proposition framework that you should build into your business or should use to refine or define what you're doing. Most time when I get to physical events, I ask people, oh, what problem does your business solve? Most of the time, most people in the room don't clearly define the problem they solve. They either tell me the solution. We are fashion designer, we make fashion, beauty fashion. Wait, no, what problem are you trying to solve? Maybe it's in the area of saying, oh, fashion, you're using sustainable materials in your fashion production, because most fast fashion materials that people tend to use that are cheap end up in landfills and cause environmental pollution and stay long before they decay, which affects our environment, affects health. You know, it can go on and on to list things that could happen when they use the wrong material or when they use fast fashion materials. And this could be one of the problems you're trying to solve by using more sustainable materials in your production. So you need to be clear about that. Next thing that is important for us to pay attention to is that you need to leverage AI to multiply capacity. That's how you should see it. So when people don't, that's why when I see a lot of people, they don't want to do certain training or get certain skill sets, and they just feel that, oh, a particular AI tool with certain prompt to help them achieve some of those results. Good. I see some beautiful graphics that have been done with ChatGPT. Fine, I accept that. But you won't compare that to someone who is a graphic designer, the way they are going to prompt AI to give them beautiful graphic design. And if AI or ChatGPT is done with that particular flyer and they think it's not good enough, that person can take it to other softwares and improve it to their taste, to their standard, to their wants, okay, or to satisfy their need at that point. So for me, I believe that as a business, we should not see AI as a replacement and say, oh, I'm going to fire all my graphic designers because I'm going to be doing all the design using my AI tools or AI model. That is not the real future. The real future is how do you empower your design team to be able to create better solutions faster using AI. So now they are bringing their skill alongside with technology to create something more unique that is faster for you as a brand. So AI should increase productivity, not replace purpose. The most scalable brand use AI as a force multiplier, not a crutch. AI reduces repetitive work, freeing teams to focus on creativity, strategy, and relationships. AI can generate proposals, create content, analyze feedback, automate follow-up, improve delivery. Some of our clients onboarding process at DB Colors, we leverage AI to do some of those work. We already have the details, we have the prompts, we have our framework, we know what we want the AI to give to us. We tell it exactly what we want, and then it gives us, then we take it back to maybe our other softwares and still improve on it to suit what we want before we send to clients. So for you as a business owner, think of various ways you can use AI in your business, not to become lazy and start thinking that, oh, you can replace all your staffs, all your team members, you can fire everybody and just build AI for everything. Even though there are people who have that school of thought, but I believe that what is more sustainable for us as business owners is to think of how we can balance both. Have the right team with the right skill sets that can leverage AI or emerging technology to increase production or productivity and help your business, of course, grow faster, achieve more profits, serve your customers more efficiently and more excellently. So let's move. So let me quickly point a few things. So begin to think about how you can use AI in your business, okay, for things as simple as generating proposals, creating content, things around maybe things you want to post on social media, maybe an article, a caption, even content ideas. All those can be generated with AI. Analyze feedback. So you've got the feedback from someone or from people feed your form. You can analyze the feedback and be able to make informed decision on what next or what to do in terms of decision making. automate follow-up. So if you're able to leverage the right AI tools, you can automate your follow-ups, send people reminders and say, hey, you showed up so and so time about a particular product, but you said you're going to get back to us this month. We thought to follow up. And this could be done automatically without your input. But then your team needs to have set things up or put things in place. So at the end of the day, you are looking at how to improve delivery. That is it. Okay. As a business that want to scale, that want to grow, as a brand that want to grow and scale in an AI-driven world, this is very important. This is the mindset you should have around AI. Okay. So as I said, you need to have human intelligence plus artificial intelligence equals to augmented advantage. Not so some people will be either they will fire the humans in their businesses and focus more on artificial intelligence. Yes, artificial intelligence is good for repetitive works, things that doesn't require certain level of decision making. Because here's the thing, let me point this out to you. So AI is doing two things. One is it's helping with decision making and judgment. Okay, so let me rephrase it. AI is doing two things. One is predictive, being able to predict, and the next is be able to judge, right? But when it comes to judging, this is more of a thing that we human beings can do. AI on its own can predict to a large extent, but we as humans are the one that can make the right judgments. Oh, this person is good, is craft, but he doesn't, is not straightforward. It's not a likable personality. There are key decisions that you can make as human that artificial intelligence might not be able to make because it doesn't have that emotion to make those decisions. So it does make sense to have AI that can give you the intelligence, give you the data that you need, help you analyze it, while you as human make the judgment, make the key conclusion or decision. So human bring creativity, human bring relationships. So we'll prefer human to human interactions. In fact, businesses are going to thrive in this decade. They're going to be businesses that understand how to balance this. Businesses that will focus on just AI and tech for everything will eventually run into some challenges because we as human, we like to interact with human. We like to interact with human. That's why you go to a business, you want to connect with the CEO, you want to meet with the business owner, depending on the level of business you're trying to transact on. The other thing is human trust. You want to be sure that, okay, that whoever is behind the brand is the person you are speaking to. You're not speaking to maybe an AI or a bot, or let's not be that it's a spam or there's a fishy kind of stuff happening, or there's been a hack on that website. They've hacked the website and someone else is the one interacting with you. You can't tell. But if I'm talking to you, maybe let's say Florence, me and Florence are having conversation. I mean, that's not AI I'm talking to. So the winning formula for you as a business that want to scale, that want to build a scalable brand in an AI-driven world, is to balance human intelligence and artificial intelligence in growing your brand. So let's run. The final point is to build system, not dependency. Now, here is where AI will also make a lot of sense, because you don't want a situation where your best guy or your best creative person or your best staff or your best accountant or your best manager decide to leave the business. Maybe for some reason, for some good reason, they want to go abroad to do masters, or they want to travel abroad. They have they're going to be on maternity leave maybe for 3 months or thereabout. You don't want business to slow down or stop. You don't want productivity to reduce or stop. Technology then comes into play. This person, AI can help build skills that can ensure that you're able to work. This person's work doesn't suffer, and that person can come into that space and continue with that system that the person has built. So AI can make it faster for us to develop SOPs, right? SOPs are faster now than it used to be. So if you want to create an SOP, once you're able to put the right inputs, or you plug in AI in some of your workflow, over time the AI is gathering intelligence, and by the time you need to develop SOPs, it's able to do that very well. Now let's now come back to what we have on this slide particularly. So What you want to do as a business is to look at different tools that help you achieve the overall vision of your brand, okay, in alignment with having human at some point. But what you want to do, one of the clear things you must do is to have that clarity that if my best hand leaves today, nothing will suffer within the business. So you want to build systems around all the key areas. So some of the key areas that we need to focus on is sales system, how you get customers, how you convert and close those customers. Marketing, how customers get to hear about you, know that you exist, saying, oh, this is who we are, this is a problem we solve, and we can help you. Client onboarding system, when a customer says yes and gives you money, what happens next? From the point where they pay money to the point where they begin to enjoy your services, what happens? So you need to develop a system around that. Next is delivery system. How do they actually get the solution or the product at the end of the day and enjoy it? So you need to build a system around that. Then finance system. You need to build a system around that. This is more like capturing business model, your business modeling. When we look at business model canvas, you remember that number of key, like we all know, business model has to do with how we create value, capture value, and deliver value. Okay, how we create, capture, and deliver value. So as a business owner, you need to be able to think in terms of systems, not in terms of people. So system means you are developing an SOP for everything sales. You are developing an SOP for everything marketing, an SOP for everything client onboarding system, an SOP for everything delivery system, an SOP for finance system. You need to, like what Madam Bumi was saying, that, oh, they help to automate certain email, they help to set up things that within calendars of some of the organizations they consult for. These are some systems, these are SOPs being in operation. Okay, so every business needs to think in terms of system. But I'm going to be frank with you, it's difficult, it's a lot of work, it can be challenging. But the beautiful thing is that with AI, it's easier now, it's faster now. But you must develop SOP so that if you as a business owner is not available, let someone else in the business be able to deliver those solutions excellently like you were actually around. If your best hand in terms of accountants leaves today, let it be possible for someone else to quickly step in and understand what has been happening within the business and make things work. So systems basically says, how do we keep things working? Okay, how does things work within the business? How does sales happen within our company? All right. Now, this is the scalability pyramid. The scalability pyramid. So growth sits on structure, not hustle. All right. System structures, they take time, they require resources, they require money. It's going to cost you sleepless nights. But when you achieve it, and the good thing is I can take it one step after the other. You don't need to rush it. One step after the other. You can focus first on your marketing or focus first on your sales. How do we get money? How do we getting paying clients, right? You take it one step after the other. So first, the pyramid is have a clear brand proposition or clear brand positioning. What is that value proposition? What is our identity? What are we to be known for as a brand, right? Then build trust. Trust in the sense that, okay, have testimonials, okay, have proofs, have samples, okay, shoot content, show behind the scene, okay, show how your workflow happens occasionally. Talk about success stories. Next is technology and AI. Leverage on tools, platforms, and AI integration within your operation. Don't make it a standalone system. Next is systems and processes. Like we said, workflows, SOPs, automation. So let me mention some AI tools. For instance, there are certain things Claude can do for you right now. You can develop projects, you can build skills, you can plug in, there's something called MCP where you're able to bring in other tools or tech tools. So for instance, you can plug in your Canva into your Claude, and Claude, you can just go on Claude, say, I want a beautiful slide, and Claude will develop a slide for you in PowerPoint that will be in your Canva account. Now, after it's done, if you think you don't like what it has done and you don't want to keep prompting, you can go directly into your Canva and you find that particular document there. Your team can edit it and make it as beautiful as it should be. And then the AI will learn from that. And next time it does something better. So next is when those things are put together, it brings about growth. And growth basically talking about revenue, talking about serving more customers, they're talking about impact. Impact means how are we transforming people's life? How are we changing people's story? As a business, you must understand that you are existing because you have to transform people's life, change people's story, improve people's life in one way or the other. You just have to think of how do you improve people's life? How do you make people's life better? How do you make the world better? So begin to think in your business. If you're going to build for you, because I don't want to use the word if, you are here because you want to build a brand that is scalable in the world of AI driven. An AI driven world. You want to build a scalable brand. This is something you need to focus on. A lot of people are just are chasing noise. Okay. So most people are now focusing more, the latest AI tools, the latest. That's not the first thing you need to focus on. Forget about all the latest AI tools or the latest emerging technology. The first thing first, understand what you're trying to build as a brand. That is where it all begins. Once you are clear about that, it's easier for you to know the right tool. In fact, it's not the AI tool that you need. So if you are not clear about your building or your brand positioning, it means to just be chasing every tool out there. Every technology tool that comes out, you are chasing it. No, you don't need that. And that is where you also need to think of your AI adoption strategy and your technology adoption strategy as well. So that you can be able to say, these are the kind of tools that we need in our business, because these are the areas where we believe technology helps us as a business. All right. So as I bring this to conclusion or to a close, so here are the summary. 3 lessons for building a scalable brand. First is clarity before technology. Don't chase the AI thing or latest AI technology or tool out there or AI model. No. Focus first on clarity. A lot of people are lazy on this. A lot of people are lazy. They don't want to do the hard work. This is the hard work. Do the behind the scenes that nobody sees. But this is what powers everything you do eventually. So know exactly who you serve, what problem you solve, and why you are different. Clarity scales. Clarity scales. Confusion collapses. So because when you are confused, your team member will be confused, your customers will be confused, your partners will be confused. You're able to attract the right opportunity, the right grant, the right investors. You see, it just multiplies. Now, the other point is that see AI as a multiplier. Use AI to increase speed. Okay, you're already doing something, you're doing it well. Now you need to increase that speed. You want to increase the rate at which you deliver that output and still achieve efficiency and excellence and consistently. So you're not doing it correctly today, or your team is not delivering that solution correctly today. Tomorrow they are doing something different. So you want to have it consistent. So why keeping human creativity and relationship at the core? All right. And the final point which I mentioned is systems before expansion, especially if you want to grow, if you want to reach more customers, if you want to invest massively in your marketing, ensure that you build the right system that can ensure that you're able to deliver to multiple businesses. For instance, in our company, there's a number of projects we can handle in a year. In fact, in my industry, which is construction industry, every year the new houses that are built are about 100,000 homes. However, in Nigeria, we need about 700,000 homes, and currently we have about 28 million housing deficit. So it means it's going to take us some decades before we can close that gap. All right. But the key question is, how many buildings can my company actually handle at this phase? How many projects can we handle in a year at this phase? So that's a question for us as a brand. So you ask yourself that same question. How many customers can you actively serve? I hear now people ask them, who are your target customer or target market? They will say, everybody. Everybody cannot be your customer because you don't have the capacity to serve them, to deliver the solution to everybody. No. So you have to segment. You have to be clear about the people. So you need to build systems that will help you deliver your solutions consistently. Okay, a brand built on system can grow without you. That is the end goal. That is what makes business sweet and interesting. A brand built on hustle cannot scale. Okay. So here is what I'm going to recommend. So starting from this week, here are 5 actions you should take right now. Audit your brand message. Can your customers explain what you do in one sentence? Very important. If you want an easy way for this, just first of all, think of the problem, then next mention the solution, and then who are you targeting in terms of customer, and then what's the benefit of them using your customer. So you cannot say, oh, my business does solves dash problem using dash solution for dash customers, and then just also benefits. Okay. So identify one process of your business you can automate using AI tool this week. Okay. Is it follow-up? Is it creating of documents? Is it preparing of your content calendar? Is it posting across social medias? You know, think of areas where you can automate your process. Next, introduce AI tool into your daily operations, content, proposals, or client follow-up. Think of how you're going to do that. Then document one key business process. Like I told you earlier, you can't develop all the SOPs in one day. Break it down. Take it one step after the other. Think of one area to focus on. If there's marketing that is most important to you right now, turn it, document that process, okay? And that helps you create an SOP. Write the steps, create a checklist, systemize it. The last one is train your team or yourself on AI adoption. Start with one free course or 2 tutorial. Now I'm going to round up here and let me hammer on this last point. A lot of people, right? The biggest thing they've done in terms of investing into their learning process when it comes to AI and AI adoption is all the short video they see online when they go on Instagram and somebody say, hey, now see what Cloud is doing. Oh, see what ChatGPT is doing. Oh, see what Gemini is doing. Oh, see what Perplexity is doing. And that is how they learn. But that is shallow, right? You need to actually buy books that are focused on AI, okay? And really, really understand how AI or emerging technology actually works. Understand the future of AI. Understand that there's going to be bottleneck when it comes to adoption in Africa, and understand what will be those bottleneck and how can your business go around or overcome those bottlenecks to be able to transition smoothly or adopt AI into your business smoothly. So read books, buy books, okay? Buy books. And then go for training that are rich, okay, and focus on AI and how it's helped business owners, and ensure that you're actually getting those kind of training from actual business owners or people who really understand AI, because a lot of buzz out there. People who don't understand the AI can just go on AI and ask for a particular, information and then come and teach others. That is not how this thing works. So you need to actually have a clear understanding of how the industry works or how that AI can help businesses before you come teach it. So go for training from people who have proven results, people who are actually ready to teach, people who are doing the practical works in their business as well, people who are actually using AI in their business. Okay. Now, I'm going to close with these questions. 3 reflection questions. Be honest with yourself. If your business doubled tomorrow, could your system handle it? So what this means is, will your marketing process be able to keep up? Will your sales process be able to keep up? That means the point where people are able to pay you and say, this is what I want, you take notes, and then you process that order for them. Can your business handle that? Then are you building a business or are you creating a scalable brand? These are 2 things. You could have a business that could be a hustle thing, and your own is just, let's just serve customers, make some money, and we're good. Or are you creating a scalable brand, which means you are clear about your brand proposition or your value proposition. You are clear about the positioning of your brand, and then you have systems in place, and you understand that AI is not coming to replace people. Rather, you are combining both strategy. Where AI needs to function, you put AI. Where people need to function, you put people there, and then they also let people use AI to enhance their own productivity as well. Next question is AI currently helping you grow, or are you ignoring the opportunity? So the way we need to use AI as business owners or business leaders or those who are employees within organization and are aiming to grow over the next few years into the management level or other higher roles, you need to understand how AI can actually help businesses. Okay, and this will be your edge. So think not just about now, but about the possibility that AI can bring and how you can handle the practicality of it. Because a lot of people are speaking a lot of grammars and they don't understand the actual work. So ponder on these 3 questions. They are very, very important. The key question is, if your business double tomorrow, you get, let's say you're serving 10 customers today and those customers double to 20, you're serving 100 customers today and they double to 200. Can your team meet up? Can your system meet up? Okay. So ponder on that and then share with your team or share with us as a feedback later on. So that brings us to the end of the session. So I want to say thank you. And here's the key thing. The future belongs to brands that combine human creativity with artificial intelligence and scalable system. Okay, I'm going to take that again. The future belongs to brands that combine human creativity with artificial intelligence and scalable system. With that said, I'm going to pause here and then take questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. That was a wonderful session. We appreciate that. In fact, I think I need to start telling the convener of this program a big thank you. Thank you, Ms. Florence, for giving us this great opportunity to meet these wonderful people that are giving us life transforming session. Thank you. Unfortunately, we will not be having our questions now because we want to pile up all the questions together at the end of the third speaker's session, or she happened to be her convener. So very quickly, I want to notify our audience that I am taking note all of the questions. Please drop your questions in the chat box. We have just 2 questions for now. Drop your questions in the chat box. And I want to recognize the presence of one of our man of God here, the person of Pastor Dolapo Ojufalo. You are so welcome, sir. We appreciate your presence, and I want to inform you that you'll be sharing some of your thoughts with us after the brand review. Thank you. So it is with great honor I want to make welcome our third speaker for this wonderful event, and no other person than Miss Florence. Can we have the video, please? Please, I want to see our emoji that we are really following. Please don't leave. I want to see our emoji. Drop your reactions. Thank you, Miss Florence. Can we have the video? You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Can we hear me? Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. Wow.
We can hear you.
Mr. Philip has already done justice to to this conference team, like everything. Because by the time I start speaking, and this is going to be brief, building a scalable brand. This is growth conference. And like I mentioned earlier, before, I know I can be very quick to jump straight to the point. I mentioned that this conference is not just a brand review, it's the unveiling of a new institutional growth ecosystem designed. 3 things we are built for. We are designed to build businesses, build people, and build long-term leverage in an AI-driven world. Before I start, I will just quickly share. The MC has been asking me to share my I've been asking about, oh, I want to read your profile. And I sent her this link. So let me just play. And I said, okay, I'll play from my end.
Chase noise. A few leaders build with clarity and scale with intelligence. Tonight, we profile one of them, Florence Adeleke. She's an award-winning business strategist, global speaker, tech-savvy event host and digital growth advisor. Florence helps CEOs and tech innovators turn data, AI, and story into measurable visibility, conversions, and scalable brands. Her story begins behind assisting her mother's business in sales and marketing as a preteen, where she learned that listening earns trust and drives decisions. Later, at a struggling bookstore after her college graduation, she didn't sell under pressure, she served with clarity, guiding walk-ins to the right choice. That floor became her first classroom in service-driven selling. After which she launched her first business in foods and confectionaries over a decade ago. Then came the test. As a student with family challenges, her dad had suffered a ghastly accident. Rather than drop out of school, Florence took a full-time teaching job among other businesses she embarked on, while carrying a full academic load. She kept going, stewarding funds as a finance lead for her computer science department, serving as Secretary General in her Christian community. Resilience was no longer an idea. It was a system. During NYSC in Akure, her values moved into action, building school facilities, delivering empowerment seminars, supporting an orphanage, hosting a financial literacy conference, and earning state recognition. Today, as founder and CEO of Digital Flossy Global, she designs strategy-led, AI-enabled, human-centered growth systems, turning brand confusion into clarity, structure, and scale. Her portfolio spans corporate skills training at Microsoft, high-energy event hosting for innovation brands, plus technical implementation depth. Bloom Momzin and the Wise Wealth Builders community, equipping professionals with data-powered decisions and financial literacy. A certified data in customer service and support, Florence helps leaders communicate with clarity, lead with authority, and create impact that lasts. She currently serves in a voluntary position as Marketing and Communications Chair with the Blacks in Technology Foundation, for the largest global community of Black technologists, where she leads the marketing team in developing and is pursuing an MBA in Marketing with Next MBA, a global online program for executives and entrepreneurs. With a rousing applause, let's make welcome Florence Adeleke for her presentation. Connect. In a world where brands chase noise, a few leaders.
Please, did we hear the sound?
Yes,
I'm
yes,
just
we did.
asking.
Yes, yes, we did. That
Okay,
was a wonderful one.
thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm going to share another video, which is what's going to be the foundation of what I'm going to be sharing with us tonight. This is going to be a brief session. Can you let me know when you can see this? Can you see this second tab? I'm sharing a tab. Please confirm if you can see this tab.
The old beginning. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So now you're going to see that this brand has gone through different phases, and there are people in this room, including our last speaker, who has been part of the journey, and I'm so grateful for the gift of you all. It's a great honor, it's a great privilege to have you all here. Now I'm going to share my slide. In the comment section, please, I want you to tell me one thing, your aha moment so far from the two amazing speakers that we have. I want you to share with me your aha moment. I'm sharing my screen. Please do let me know if you can see. Please, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. So thank you very much once again, and welcome to Building a Scalable Brand in an AI-driven world. Mr. Philip already has done justice to a lot of things I'm going to say, right? But so that has built a very big foundation, and I want to ensure that we, even if we don't take too much of the time. Now, how did we start? right? From passion to structure. From some of my content preceding this event, I've shared how the 3 Gs that guided how I have worked so far as an individual building an institution right now is generate, helping people build value and income, because we believe that for you to be able to generate income, you must have valuable skills, you must have value to offer. So nobody gives you money based on pity party. You must have value. So generate. Then God, when you make this money, how do you guard it? Now that became that's the second G, stewardship and financial intelligence. So this aspect, this brought about the brand Wise World Talk, right? And talking about growing your finance, growing your brand is structure and long-term assets. Now you need to be able to invest into assets. Assets, Mr. Philip mentioned earlier that it's not just your business is not the house, it's not the physical structure or the furnitures, those things that you buy. So, and he asked a question: if you're to hand over your business right now, what will you be handing over? So that's a question. Then he made some important. I really hope we took note of that. He made some important statement talking about um talking about the the systems that about franchise, and that when you buy a franchise, what are you buying? You're not buying building, you're not buying anything. You're buying structure. You're buying a system that works, right? So now these 3 frameworks has been at the core, at my core, in terms of operations, in terms of what I've done in the past. However, the mission has not changed, even though everything has changed. The scale is what's changed. How? The hard truth I discovered, and I'm personalizing this, is the fact that visibility does not equal revenue. So you can have millions of followers and still be broke. You can have thousands, millions of followers and still not know and still not be clear. That's why I said Mr. Philip already he has done justice to some of the things I've got to talk about. Clarity. So clarity is very key. Without clarity, you can't make progress. You can't build. You can't have. So clarity is very important, because that's what is going to bring in the revenue. So it's not enough about trying to learn every AI to jump in on trends, right? That's not, everything has to follow the strategy. And that brings to the second my second statement. Strategy without implementation still fails. Now, when I started, I wrote some of my story, but I'm not going to go into those details for today. Is the fact that when I started out with helping businesses craft strategies, marketing strategies, and all that. But I discovered that many businesses get stuck when it comes to implementation, execution, because they're not right talent to scale that strategy or to execute that strategy. So it's as good as not having a strategy at all. And I've had clients, customers tell me, okay, Florence, you've developed this strategy. You will be the best to execute this. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to develop this strategy. I'm going to tell you the skill set, the talent you need. And then you can just go ahead and follow. And then I can help to oversee whatever is ongoing within your organization. But it still doesn't work. Why? Because many talents are execution focused, task-based focused. So they cannot think from the perspective of outcome. So it's all about, oh, you need a website. Let me give you a website. So it's not about outcome. What should this website do? What do you want this website to do for your business? Now we're talking about, because as a business owner, the end goal is your focus is on the end goal. So when we have talent who don't focus on the end goal, but focus on the skill or focus on the tasks that needs to be executed, it becomes challenging for businesses to actually reach their end goal, reach their target outcome. And this is something that I have seen over and over again. That was why after a while, I said it's better there's no point giving out strategy. There's no point client paying for strategy. They cannot execute and get the required outcome. Then the third aspect of this is AI without structure multiplies confusion. Mr. Philip mentioned this. So it was as if we planned our slides together. It's confusion. So when you don't have structure, AI will just create noise. AI only amplifies clarity. And if there is no clarity, AI exposes your weakness. So now, not because strategy failed, part of the thing is because they could not implement it properly. Part of what I was saying earlier is because the strategy worked, but businesses could not implement this strategy. And based on the MPOC theory, research this year, February, it actually shows that that's why I'm not sharing all the details. During my workshop, the previous workshop I had earlier this year, I mentioned some of these theories to some of the participants. Some of them are on this call, and I showed what research is saying, that there are opportunities in the world of AI. But as we speak, even though a lot of people are talking about AI, using AI, not many people really understand the implementing AI strategically in their business. And even I currently wrapped up my Google AI certification leader on helping businesses really scale with AI, building tailored AI systems for businesses based on where they are and where they want to go. So, but this skill set or this I will not use, it's a skill set, because it's not just about being able to execute tasks now. It's about being able to architect solution, engineer solution, bring together all the requirements that a business really needs to scale to their next level. So that being said, many are learning different tools, but they don't know how to architect solutions. They don't know how to engineer solutions that can really help businesses get to that point. And that's what that research says, that yes, research says that, and Mr. Philip also mentioned the opportunities. There are opportunities in AI, but many people, even in Africa, cannot harness or access this opportunity. Why? Because of talent issue. And now, from visibility, this leads to what I want to talk about. From visibility to revenue. If you go on social media, you see a lot of influencers, a lot of businesses with large amount of followings. How many of those following are converting to income or revenue? Few, because it's not about visibility. It's about having systems and structures that your visibility, when you have 5,000 followers, when you have 10,000 followers, you need to put in place revenue structures that can help you convert your online visibility into assets. So your visibility, your end goal should be that, how do I convert this visibility system I have into revenue? So it's not all about, I want to have 10,000 followers. And don't build your business so that Meta can pay you some change at the end of the month, or YouTube or Google. You should be able to architect revenue systems that your online visibility can leverage, because honestly speaking, you don't own those platforms and anything can happen. So if you don't build your own systems, then you might be at the mercy of anything happens. At the mercy of Meta tomorrow if you decide to shut down your account. Okay, now this is it. Most people start from execution. They start looking for the next AI tool they need to use. They start looking for tools that they need to use to do this, but instead of starting from decision. And this is my core frameworks. This is like the core 5. Okay. So please allow me to go off my camera now. 1 second. No, give me a second. Let me use my backup. Give me a moment. Let me use my backup. Also, as not to take time, let me just continue without my camera on. So back to my slide. Decision. What do we want the audience to do? So each time you're creating assets, like Mr. Philip mentioned, content and all that, the question is, what decision, what do we want the audience to do? The second is direction, right? Understand. And you, this is to the audience. Now, to you as a person, as a brand, what decision do you want your audience to make? And what's your direction? Where are you going? Where do you want them to follow you to? Then that leads you to your strategy. That's what we now bet the strategy, because the decision you want your audience to make and the direction where you are going will determine what your strategy would be like, will determine the kind of structure and systems you need to put in place. And then before the execution comes in. So if you don't follow this, and then you start, because for instance, let's say I thought of having a conference. Let me just use this. I thought of having this conference. I can decide to say, oh, I want to have this conference to show you our new identity. And you're like, okay, it's about logo. Yeah, an identity, a brand identity is not the logo. A brand identity is not the color palette. It's not all those things, right? So a brand identity is about what does this brand stands for. So instead of chasing tools, instead of chasing, oh, now I want to have this conference, and I'm like, okay, what decision do I want you to make for attending this conference? That's the question I will first ask myself. And what direction, what do you need to understand clearly? What I need you to understand is what DFG is right now, from where we used to be, from digital flossy consultancy, helping small businesses gain online visibility, to building and architecting systems, revenue systems, not just executing tasks, right? Not just about social media management, not just about graphics design, not just about branding. I mean, because those things are to lead to an end goal. And if those end goals are not achieved, then what I'm going to say is outcome is not produced. So I move to the next one. I hope I'm not too fast. Now, why DFG exists? Growth gap. What we discover is that businesses need more than advice. They need systems. And as someone who has given, I have the founder of Decipher in the house, Mr. Val. Glad to have you here. And Decipher is one of the businesses I've worked with in the past as a marketing consultant. And of course, this was at the level we worked, but we couldn't do much. Why? Because the systems that need to power the advisory, as a matter of fact, DFC was registered as advisory and consulting branding, business. So, and that was it, because I was in full-time job, so I couldn't create extra time. And of course, I didn't have the time to lead, because leading a team requires leadership. It's not just about employing people. You must be availability as a leader to lead your team is very important. So you can have the best team, but if they don't have the right leadership, there won't still be the right outcome. So they need systems, and that is what brought about DFG. Implementation gap. We found out that, yes, there are a lot of people with skills, but then they still cannot architect solutions that can help businesses scale. For instance, when a business talk to me and say, oh, this is what I want to achieve, I'm not just hearing what you're saying. I'm looking at what is your overall goal. For instance, you say, oh, I want to have a conference. Why do you want to have this conference? What do you want to achieve at the end of this conference? What are the systems we need to build? What type of content needs to go out? What are the people that we need to invite to this conference? So these are the questions that we begin to ask. And these are the things that now begin to form the material for everything that this conference is going to, the communication that will go out because of this conference. So it's not just because I want to have a conference, it's what the direction I'm going and the direction I'm bringing my audience to. So implementation gap is a big issue, is a real big issue, because you can find individuals who can do one or two things in the business, but you can't find architecting them. And if you are not skilled in marketing, and not just marketing as a salesperson that can talk, but that can build systems. You may not be able to coordinate the right team because you need it's architecting systems needs bringing different expertise. Like Mr. Philip was talking about the team, was talking about the fact that the team should be able to use AI. So you have the different set of different set of skilled team members that come together towards achieving a singular objective. So organizations need more than motivation. They need implementation ready people. Leverage gap. This is another thing we discovered, especially with professionals. And that's why this conference is also tailored to you. As a professional, if you have more than 10 years working experience, you have assets. But unfortunately, many professionals cannot convert their experiences to assets that can help them acquire revenue, that can become a revenue stream for them. So they think that they've got to open another business, or that's why you see someone who has no business, someone who has no experience with farming starting a farm just because I need to retire, I need to prepare for my retirement, and I need to set up a business. Setting up a business that you're not skilled in and you don't have the right team or the right partnership to work, partnership with people who are already skilled in that business to run it for you, might actually be that you're setting yourself up for failure. So another thing we want to help professionals to understand, just like Mr. Philip said, that as a senior professional, you should know that you should be able to do things that AI cannot do. And what AI cannot do is to think for your business, is to think for your organization, is to think strategically for your organization. And that is the level you want to come up with, not someone who is just tax that we can get another person to just do without you. So professionals need more than job titles. They needed leverage beyond the job. So what we do is people first clarity, data informed decision, and execution over theory. Then the FLOSI, at the core of everything we do is the FLOSI operating system. The FLOSI is our core proprietary system. And it's centered on business growth, capacity building, authority systems, and AI-powered execution. Now, we've got a full workshop training on how the FLOSI works. We ran this training I think 2 months ago with business owners and consultants. So my team member has dropped a link in the chat room for you to actually watch the recap of the 48 steps or 46 steps of how the FLOSI framework works. This is what guides every business decision or how we architect systems for revenue systems, for businesses, and scaling professionals. Then how the FLOSI works. So it's 8. The FLOSI, you see, it's 8. So it's not just like a first decision. What decision? What results are we trying to produce? So before these two, before what result? Then
Hello, Miss Lawrence, are you still there? Hello, Miss Lawrence, are you still there, please? I think she's having an issue with connection. Are you still there, Miss Lawrence?
I'm here. Can we hear me?
We can't hear you for now, but we can hear you now.
For how many minutes? Oh,
We
which
lost
slide was
you
I on?
for about 1 minute, 1 minute thereabout.
Okay, on what? Which of the slides? Oh my goodness. Which of the slides? I mean, which
Slide
of
before.
the?
Yes, you were talking about the operating system.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is our proprietary business growth OS. Like, you know, for every for like let's say every laptop, for instance, has an OS. Every gadget has an OS. You cannot operate your Android device without the OS that runs the Android OS, right? And for Apple or Mac products, you have the Mac OS, right? So for our marketing system or our business growth systems, it works with this Deflozi operating systems, which we use for business growth in capacity building as well, authority systems, AI powered execution. So how does it work? First is decision. What result are we trying to produce? So this is how we work with you and how you can also use this, because you can use this as well by yourself. We've shared in the chat room the workshop that covers how this works in real time. So this is not theory. Frameworks, what structure should guide the message? Language, how do we make value clear? Then offer, what is the transformation and mechanism? So the framework talks about what should guide the message that should go out. What type of frameworks should guide this type of message? For copywriters, this is where you start thinking, you know, you don't just create content, you don't just write copy. You want to know what framework guides this copy. For every sales page, for every email that has to do with sales, the content that guides it is not another type of content. There is a type of content that sells a product, that sells an idea, that sells your business, and that's copywriting. Now, according to the Deflozi framework, we call it copy thinking because it's more of thinking and research other than just you writing anything. Just like Mr. Philip gave us some assignments, and that assignment, if you understand it clearly, is going to be is going to frame your decision, is going to frame your messaging. Language, how do we make the value clear? So now you want to look at your value in such that, okay, how do we make this clear that our audience will be able to really understand what we are offering? Offer, what is the transformation and mechanism? So you're not just creating products like Mr. Philip mentioned that, oh, people that are just doing business because they want to make money and all, that's it. No, for you, what you're looking at is transformation and mechanism. So an offer is something that is solution that takes people from here to there. So when people come in at this stage in your business, where should they be by the next point? You know, so the transition, what should they transition? What should they become? What are they going to become? So that's what guides your offer. Then the structure, how should the whole journey flow? Now, let's take for instance, for those of you that registered for this conference and you follow the flow, you follow the registration flow. When you from the sales page or the landing page where you got the conference details, then you signed up, you received an email. After receiving the email, you received a WhatsApp message. You see, that's a structure. That is not something that happened by default. Remember, Mr. Philip talked about, so that's why I said he has even covered a lot of things. He talked about that, you know, creating automation for your marketing, for your sales, and all that. Strategy, what audience path and market logic applies. All right, so these are the things you want to look at. I'm not going to give details about this framework, how it works. So you can just we already have training on that. You can take it, and it's free for now. Intelligence, how do we use AI to correctly to amplify it? So a lot of people amplify noise when your message is not clear, when all these things they are not there, and you start using AI, you'll be using AI the wrong way. Then before execution, how do we deploy and refine it? So you see business owners say, but I'm looking for a digital marketer that will market our product. What you need is not a digital marketer first that will market your product, because it does not understand what drives your business. You understand what drives your business. You understand the value proposition. So there has to be a structure. There has to be a synergy. It's not the job of the marketer to bring sales to you. It's just to help you. Now, that is where people focus on execution. Oh, let me run ads. What's the baseline? What's the whole idea? What are we trying to achieve? So it's not about helping you to run ads. It's not about helping you to build funnels. In short, most businesses don't even build funnels. All they know is, I have a business, I'm going to build a website. For instance, when you signed up for this conference, that's like a funnel. After this conference, we're not done. I like to be very practical. So we are not done. There is a journey. You've entered into a flow, like a journey, a customer. So we call customer mapping. Yeah, customer journey mapping, right? So the customer enters through a particular system, you nurture them, you give them that and all that. So they get to know how, the offer, the transformation, how it's going to happen. So you're taking them on a journey. But most times we just want to sell. We just want to keep advertising what our product is. This our product, 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 this our product. So we skip all this kind of processes. For a business that want to scale, you must follow structure, you must follow procedures, and you must build systems that can run when you are not actively working. Yes, it will, like Mr. Phillips said, it will cost you money, it will cost you time, it will cost you resources to build a structure, a system like this that's gonna work even when you're not actively, on it. For instance, if it's a particular offer that I just want to automate the entire workflow, I do that. And then human refinement comes in. So until we keep testing. That's why when you're building funnels, even it tells you, our system tells you, do you want to create an another auto like a part B, A/B testing. Meta will tell you A/B testing. So there's no marketing channel that will not tell you A/B testing, because you need to keep refining what content works, what content is working. I was reading how Alex Amozi, the person that manages brand, the content, how he is able to help him scale. And he talked about the fact that volume. So Alex Amozi talks more about volume. Why? Because the more volume, remember that you don't start churning volumes of content because you want to blow, but because you want to understand what works for this particular aspect of the offer or your brand. And the more volume, then you see, okay, which one is working, which one is not working. And the one that's working, you begin to refine and amplify it. So we come to the 3 core solution pathways of DFG. Now, this is the part where I'll be talking briefly about what we're doing. Like I said, we've shared the link for the authority brand transformation. That will be forwarded to our emails for those of us that registered. If you did not register, you're a career professional, probably in our community and you got the link, please drop your email in this chat box now. Now, DFG Deflozi all-in-one marketing engine, right, is the one, like I said, there are 3 things we do, is that we build businesses. This is what helps us to build businesses. And I'll tell you briefly what this is all about and how we use this to build businesses. Remember that the first speaker talked about you having an automated way of invoicing so that you don't confuse what comes in every month. This system builds in everything you need to run a successful business, whether online or offline. Then DFSIP. So DFSIP is the Digital Flozi Skills, Intelligence, and Innovation Program. This one builds people because we have discovered that, yes, AI has opportunities, but the talent is, the people that can really think strategically to execute, because that's what AI has commoditized many skills. So it's not, businesses are no longer looking for people that can just perform the basics. but people that can actually strategically think and think about outcome. And this is what DFCP is, not to teach skills that are obsolete, skills that are already going offline, but to help people to architect, build talent that can architect business solutions and outcomes and revenue outcomes for businesses. That's what DFC. So we build people. And then authority brand transformation. This is for professionals, senior professionals. How you can, this is a solution that help you to convert your years of experience and expertise into an asset that you can run on autopilot without having to quit your 9 to 5 or whatever job. And you can leverage this because it's an asset. Your experience is an asset. So it should not end when you resign. It should not end when you leave the job boardroom. And the best time to build it is now that you're still in the system. So this is not about personal branding. Now, DFG, the Flozi all-in-one marketing solution, end-to-end marketing, sales, and customer retention systems. Integrating sales, marketing, social media, email marketing, reputation management, website design, store, CRM, inventory, everything all in one. This is not just digital marketing. It's a connected business growth system. And for those of you that registered for this conference, you've seen a tip of it. Worked, right? You received the email, you got automated messages. I wasn't the one chatting with you. Currently, Mr. Philip mentioned something which I'll reference about human intelligence and AI, creating an augmented, right? Part of the things part of the things you will experience if you message our business line, for instance, or even my personal line for the first time and your contact is not saved. I don't get to save it. I don't get to chat with you on the first level. So it's an automated system has been set up to ensure that I get your contact saved, with your real name, not just with a generic name. So DFG sales engine, that's our revenue engine, which is a sub of the Flozi OS, and which is a sub of the old marketing, all-in-one marketing. Then DFG all-in-one marketing, which is end-to-end. This one is revenue-focused implementation for business needing stronger lead generation and conversion infrastructure. Then DFG, the Flozi all-in-one marketing system, end-to-end growth operating system for brands needing complete marketing, sales, and business control infrastructure. Then we have the custom digital marketing services. This one is tailored brand growth support for businesses that need bespoke strategy and execution beyond fixed products. So we'll work with you based on where you are and take you to where you need to be. DFC, partnership and capability harm building, AI augmented employability, implementation mastery. The link also is on the group chat because I want to make this as concise as possible. This presentation, we already spent a lot of time earlier. Implementation mastery, institutional partnerships, business capability development, future of work readiness. This is all what DFCP is all about. This is not just a program, it's our capability building and partnership harm. Now, authority brand transformation, I already mentioned that. What ABT does for you as a senior career professional, experienced career professional, is to extract your expertise, position it correctly, build authority around it, create a monetizable asset. So you don't have to be thinking of starting a business that you have no experience running and then wasting money, wasting resources, trying to lead team that you don't have the skill to lead. Create monetizable assets, and all these things you can build it on autopilot. Extend influence beyond your role. That's the goal. Now, what the DFG ecosystem solves, businesses need systems, and that's where our DFG all-in-one marketing systems comes in. Organizations, they need implementation ready people. Even when we build systems for your organization, you need someone to run it probably. Maybe you want an in-house person to run it for you. So, but the way the system, the world is going right now. It's not just people that can build website, people that can run ads. That you need someone that can that can give you holistic implementation and holistic then professionals need leverage, and that's where authority brand transformation comes in. All three are powered by the same OS, DFlowzy. So our broader ecosystem is the Wise Wealth Club, which is finance and wealth intelligence, including health. So everything business, entrepreneurship, finance, everything in this. Then Wise Wealth Talk, this has been running. So all these, they are part of the DFG ecosystem. And the Bloom Homes NG, which is to help you build assets, right? You don't just, for your business, you should have two real estate. As you have the physical real estate, you should have the digital real estate. Then so that is where this comes in. DFG Store and Solution Library, this is coming soon. And as you're already within the ecosystem, so as we unveil different solutions, you're going to receive the update. So this reflects the generate, guard, grow journey that shaped where we are today. So tonight, our focus is on these three institutional pathways. We are now scaling under DFG. So this is the end. What you can do next tonight is just the review of the DFG new brand identity. As a business owner, you can build a growth strategy audit call with us. Let's look at what's working in your business and what needs to be fixed. And as an experienced professional, you can book an authority clarity call. And as all you have to do is to just respond to the email or reach out to us on our chat, right? So because it's a custom solution. And for the various business owners and entrepreneurs here who want to be part of the building of the future of work of Africa, building talent who are strategic, then we request you to partner and also sponsor this next wave of talent. So you can request for the full DFG company profile and partnership deck. And for those of you here, we've dropped that already. Access the DFlowzy workshop training is already in the chat. Thank you once again for joining us tonight. Digital Flowzy Global. Build smart, grow global. People first, clarity, AI-powered systems, and execution over theory. Thank you so very much, and I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining this. Over to the MC.
That was a big one. Congratulations to DFG. Celebrate you so much. Thank you for all you do. And thank you to all our participants that are still here with us. We appreciate your time. We do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. So we'll be taking the questions now, and I want Pastor Jolapo to get ready to take over from me after the questions. Do I still have our speakers here? Do we still have our speakers here? Because I want to read out the questions now. Okay, I have Mr. Philip here. I have Mr. Philip, and I'm going to have Mrs. Bonner here. Okay, I have Mrs. Bonner here. So, Florence, should I just go on with the question? Okay.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead with the question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So the first question is from Musam Neo from Pakistan. This question is directed to Mr. Philip, who said, what type of skills should we learn to meet the needs of the future? Okay, someone said the volume is very low. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, someone just commented that the volume is very low. Okay, let me read the question again. What type of skill should we learn to meet the needs of the future? This is from Muzammil from Pakistan. The question is directed to Mr. Philip. Mr. Philip, can we have you, please?
Okay, why Mr. Philip is still there? Let me just take that. Then he can contribute. I think is here too, so we can save time. It's part of the thing that now you need to, are you just starting? The question you want to ask yourself. So if you registered for this, please, the person that asked this question, I think you should drop your details or something. You will need to conduct something I'll call brand career clarity audit. Yes, career audit. So if you're just new into, one of the things you want to know is, are you new into the workforce? If you are new or you're already experienced, for an experienced professional, you need to know where you are right now before, and where you want to go before you can determine the skill that you should learn. So because everybody is learning, let's say DevOps, or learning AI engineering, there are so many skills that are out there. You need to know where you are, where do you want to be, and conduct I did some live sessions some weeks back. You can check it on my LinkedIn page. So where I actually run that script. So you can do it for yourself so that you can know what skill you should learn. And at the same time, DFC also is an answer to the skills that you need to learn, depending on where you need to go. Part of the things that we can help you with is to help you create a custom career plan. All right. So you don't just keep chasing tools or chasing which industry is working. Let me tell you, there's money in every industry if you master your craft and you know the tool that is relevant to your industry. Like Mr. Philip is in the interior deco construction industry, but it does not have to be learning DevOps. It does not have to be learning, but he's using AI in his business. His teams are using AI. Right. So those are the things. Currently, I signed up for Mrs. Bumi, Olubumi's finance accounting scale up, step up class. And inside the accounting step up class, she's going to be teaching us those entrepreneurs and accounting people in the accounting profession, how to also leverage AI in the aspect of finance. But like Mr. Philip mentioned during his session, is that you cannot use AI on something that you don't have judgment. First, you are not trained on it. You are not skilled on that in that industry. Then you now want to use AI. You are not even a graphic designer in the first place. Now you want to use AI to design graphics. How will you be able to judge? How will you be able to judge what works or what should not work? So that's the thing. So even if I'm going to use AI to amplify my work in the my business finance, I need to really know the core aspect of the business finance, how it works. I need to learn from the skill, but I need to learn the raw aspect first. All right, so that I will not use AI to amplify confusion. So I hope that answers your question. And if you need any other clarity, please do well to drop your details.
Okay, that was wonderful. I think the person should be one of the first set of people that are going to patronize DFG. Yes, I hope Mozambique heard that. Thank you, ma'am. I don't know, Mr. Philip, do you want to say one or two things just for a few seconds? Okay, so let me move to the next question. The next question is for Mrs. Bumi. So the question is from Precious. She said, I've been in business for 3 years. but I've not been able to keep update of my financial reporting. What can I do? So she's asking question regarding a financial report that she's been in the business for 3 years. What can she do about our financial report? She has not been able to keep up to date with it. Thank you, Mrs. Winnie. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening
Thank
again.
you.
Okay, so 3 years is a while. So the question is, like when I was talking about when I was talking in my session, you need to be able to keep records that would help your business. So if you've not kept records for 3 years, you want to start today, right? And today is a very good day to start because tomorrow is the first and it's a Monday also. So you are having a very good time to start keeping your books. I talked about using your business bank account as your number one tool. So let everything pass through there. Even when you make cash sales, put it into the business account so that it's recorded and you are able to also make what's it called? You're also able to keep records of what you are selling, right? So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your finances are properly captured. The information that has passed, one way that can be beneficial for you is depending on your goals, on your plans. If, for example, you want to take a loan, you want to get a grant, you want to be able to show what you have done in the past, right? Again, another reason why everything should pass through your business account, because your business account can show you traction. So how do you do this? One, you can have a very simple bookkeeping template, right? Just like Ms. Florence talked about, now I'm giving a training starting tomorrow to business owners and to accountants. I'm going to be showing how to record your financials, what templates you should have, and what you should look at. But I don't think you mentioned your business, but just to round up, whether it's typing, please don't do paper and pen. We are far gone with that, right? So whether you are typing and say sales 20th of 1st of June, I made sales to ABC, right? You keep that record. Also, you are doing invoices. No matter how fast somebody wants to pay me, I have to do an invoice. And with that invoice, when I send the invoice, then I can now send you my account details because that now keeps record of what I am actually making. So again, have an accounting software like Zoho, QuickBooks, invoicing app that you can create invoice on, that can be on your phone. So it's easy, no matter where you are, you can create that. And then you can do reports of yourself. Again, if you need help with doing that, I know you would need an accountant to help you do that. So if you need help with doing that, you can always reach out to us. I will leave my contact again on the chat so you can reach out to me and we can talk more if you need specific things as regards your business. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. I must tell you, I think I've used Zoho before and it's really, really very good. You have all the details of your customers and you can drop messages, the last conversation, what you heard from the customer and everything. It's really, really nice. If you're a business owner here and you're really finding it difficult to keep an account of your clients, you should try Zoho. Thank you. I think we don't have any other questions for now, and we should be
I think we have
having.
Adetono.
Okay.
We have a hands raised. So please unmute yourself and speak. Adetono, your hands are raised. You can unmute or use the chat. Host, please continue.
Okay. So, Mr. Dayton, you can still drop your message in the chat box, or you can reach out to the new brand, DFG, for anything. I know anything will be sorted. We don't have any issue with that. So I want to quickly welcome our Pastor Dolapo for a brief session to say one or two things. We appreciate your presence, sir. Is he here, Pastor Dolapo? I can hear you, Miss Lawrence. You're muted.
Okay, he's not currently on the call, but I would like to recognize my team members. I know that we I know that we've passed the time allotted for this, and I really want to say very big thank you to everyone who stayed till the end. I have Joseph. Joseph, thank you. Joseph, did you join DFG community? I would like you to speak, right? Just a few weeks ago. Then I have my team in the house. That's I have Richard Okemuti. Richard is our all developer, AI engineer, MCT, Microsoft certified is a Microsoft certified trainer, is an ASWS builder, everything core tech. That's the and in AI infrastructure. Yeah, so if you need that, so we have the best team. Then I have Big Journey. Big Journey is our PR communications Oga. So they are also going to say one or two things. Then I have our chief accountant officer, Priscilla. So she's also here in the room. So this is our core foundation team. Then I want to welcome some of my my esteemed seniors and mothers in the house. That's Mrs. Lillian. Esteemed, thank you so very much. Mrs. Esteemed Sister Mobolaji Yinka Kende, thank you so very much, Ma. They are all from the Sworn Entrepreneurs. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Ma, for supporting and for joining us. So, Mr. Joseph, now we need like 2 or 3 people to share their aha moments. What stood out for you? And what's your key takeaways from this conference? Mr. Joseph, please go ahead and speak. Let's hear from you how DFG has benefited you so far since you joined.
Hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good evening all. It's been a very impactful evening today. I must say that although I joined late because I came from another meeting, but for the time I've been here listening to our speakers, they've been very, very wonderful, very impactful, messages I've been able to hear this evening. I would like to say that DFG had made a very big impact in my life and my business. One of the things I've been able to learn is the need to build systems, the need to structure my business. By the way, we're into service industry. And before I came in contact with DFG, it was more like the traditional thing, no structure, no system. But now I'm beginning to see things differently now since I made contact with DFG, and I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to put systems in place, but I must admit that it's been a very, very, valuable, partnership with DFG. So that's what I want to say this evening. And I would like to also thank the speakers this evening. I have learned quite a lot. I've learned quite a lot. I've listened to Mr. Phillips, and they need to actually have clarity, regarding my business. as I work towards scaling it up. So I want to thank everybody. Thank my amiable coach. That's what I call that's what I call her. Miss Adeleke. Sorry, I call her my amiable coach. You've been wonderful. And I must thank you so much for putting up this together this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that, for sharing that with us. So I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone. I can see Zenia, I can see Sunday, I can see Uluwatobi, I can see Olukunle, I can see Nwosu, I can see MJ, I can see Comfort, I can see Amagular Daniel. So because of our time, I have Mr. Val here. Yes, Mr. Val, the founder of the Cypher Academy. If you can speak, I would like to hear from you. Then please raise your hands, use the raise button. I mean, if you've gotten value from what our speakers tonight have shared, we'd like to take your feedbacks. Before we share the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
yes.
Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Yeah, I want to say a very big thank you for having me here, Miss Florence. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a very wonderful section. Yeah, very impactful. I must say. Yeah, and then my notes are full as usual. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah. So
Thank you.
DFG is a new wave now. So we see how it goes because I know that every touch of anything you touch, like there's always brilliance in it, and yeah, I really commend you. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Val.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would not like to take your time further. So we will be having another training session. This is just the unveil. More information will be coming to your emails, and probably you did not sign up, but you to if we can what we share is not something is not ChatGPT content. So except you are within the ecosystem, you don't get that benefit. All right. So I have Big Johnny. Big Johnny, are you able to unmute? So I just want to give my team members 3 minutes.
Madam Florence.
Yeah.
Ekushel, good evening, everybody.
Good
I guess I
evening.
joined late. I had other engagements to be part of. It's nice to be here. I guess joining this meeting has been long overdue. Well, we thank God. And then shout out to Florence Adeleke. Amazing job you do, actually, from delivery to the execution to all the structure itself. It has shown a workable structure. And this I am always glad to be part of. I know that sometimes my hands can be very busy, but then this is something that I have told myself that in as much Florence continues to deliver, we are going to be part of anything that she does. So thank you so much for always helping businesses grow and thrive and gain into the future. You understand? So, and to everybody else who has constantly supported the movement over the years or over the few months, we strongly and we do really appreciate you and your support. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Big Journey. Thank you so much for your support always. Mrs. Priscilla, I hope you are not yet sleeping. I know our time zone. I have people across different time zones on this call. That's our money woman. If you can speak, please go ahead and mute. Then Mr. Richards, you can also just 1 minute.
Good evening, ma. Sorry, I joined late because I was doing some things here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So what we yeah, just for you to share 1 or 2 as DFG.
From my own end, I just want to thank everyone for attending this conference. I believe there's so much that we've packaged together to help business grow and also career personnel. So I just want to encourage everyone not just to attend, but also to try to find out more details about what we have packed together to help businesses grow and individuals also grow in their career.
Thank you so very much. Mr. Richards.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to say, first of all, thank you for putting this up together. It's really contains a lot. And essentially, I think one of the most important points is the fact that this is timely for business, especially business within in Nigeria and in Africa, because if you don't innovate, you always come late, right? So I think this is really very good. And I want to say thank you, and as well to every other member of the team. And thank you for everyone who actually attended this program today. I mean, you have other things that you could have allotted your time to, but you find it very important to attend this lunch program. So I want to say thank you to each and everyone. Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Mr. Richards. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. On this call earlier on, Pastor Dapo and Mrs. Ngozi from IDL, the manager, the quality assurance manager for IDL. You see one of the video, I was there as the MC of the last year event, and to members of Tribe community. Thank you so very much to everyone from also members from Swan Entrepreneurs. Thank you all for joining us today, for supporting, and to every member of DFG community. I so much value you. I appreciate you. This is just the beginning. We are not done yet. So please expect to hear the next step from us. More training. For somebody that asked about training, we are going to be unveiled. Yeah, so you can check all the websites. We've already shared them in the charts, so you can check what we've got. More are still coming. And then if you need anything, see, this is not a business that is trying to force something on you. This is a business that wants to work with you based on where you are and help you get to where you want to be, help you develop the right tailored solution, whether yours is upskilling or yours is building systems for your business. We are here to support your growth all the way. We are still working with that framework, the 3Gs, that generate, guard, and grow. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you soon. We are planning an AI webinar event for business owners, especially women in business, and more detail will be coming to you. Even if you're not a woman in business, you might want to also be a part of it, right? And I'm going to share something with you via your email. So I'll see you. Keep guarding. And thank you. Thank you, Estima. Yes, but please, anybody wants to share something? Mrs. Lillian. She's my esteemed leader in church. And Mrs. Bolaji Inka, I'm so grateful for this support, Ma. Unwosu Vincent, do you want to share something? Comfort Timothy. You are still on the call. Olukunle, Bami, Abatunde. We want to hear your feedback. You can just drop it in the chat. Thank you so very much. On this note, we'll call it a night. Have a good night rest and God bless you. Thank you for coming.